Welcome, everybody, to the World of Pets. My name is Emily Gollmer, and we are on the World of Ability Podcast Network. And we're excited to hear another episode of World of Pets with uh, Debbie Hayes and David, though Debbie is at a conference right now, but that's cool. But we're still going to talk about all of our pets and our furry friends. Since we all love our furry friends, and have it being a animal house. So this is gonna be an exciting show as usual. So what I'm going to do is pass over to David here. To David, what do you have to say today?
All right. Thanks, Emily. Appreciate you. So I'm filling in for Debbie tonight. We're doing the podcast for your pets. As soon as Scotty gets on, go ahead and bring her in. That's good. She is actually one of the heads at the rescue, a Golden of Arizona. And she works with Happy Tails and Trails. She's a statewide, and that's an all volunteer, um, I guess you'd say, organization, and founded by Joyce Hubler. So, the one thing I found interesting in her notes that she sent me is that in 2017 they went international. So they went with South Korea, China, Turkey, and Mexico, and they've been able to rehome over 4,000 dogs. That's amazing. So, as I go into this, those are the notes that I took. Scotty, are you there? No, Scotty yet. All right. So, I would like to talk about a few things because of some of my notes that I was going to ask her was, what's your best rescue story? The best rescue story that I have was with Peyton's mom. There was a couple on Fort Carson that couldn't afford her vet bills, and they put it out there for free adoption. We actually gave her a few dollars for her just because we were blessed to have a new animal in the family. Nice little Doberman paint short-haired dachshund, and she gave birth to my wonderful Peyton Poo, who's just turned 16, and she had worms. So we were able to rehome her, pay for the bills, uh, get her back to health, and then she eventually mated with Peyton's dad, who was a long-haired dachshund. And so it made for a really fun story of why dogs, they have a tendency to mutate differently than people do. Because I guess particularly uh, Duke being a long-haired silver dapple, when he mated with his Peyton's mother, Bella, and she was a Doberman paint, short-haired, smooth. We came out with a pure white Peyton Poo. And so it's just a very interesting story. Yes, there were some mutations, probably some inbreeding from Duke's breeder. But Peyton is white and brown, and I'm looking at him right now. He is recovering so well. Everybody that follows this podcast has to know that all your prayers and love has been absolutely felt because as he dislocated his hip, he's still doing wheels up, but he's doing very, very, very well. So he's in super good spirits. He still runs around. He still plays fetch. He still eats well and drinks well and all that good stuff. So he's in the best possible situation he could be in. I wish I had the land to do an animal rescue. That would be amazing. So, As we're waiting for Scotty, potentially, um, my notes went to why the story. Why would you go into a rescue? Why would you want to take on another pet that was in distress? First of all, you have to love pets, and then you have to acknowledge exactly why they need rescuing. And, um, it was easy for me with Bella, and it was easy to identify. She needed vet treatment, she needed worm treatment, and all that stuff. But the why story ultimately is where it ended up with just having another dog that's 16 years old and lives a happy, healthy life. I mean, that's why we do this, right? And Debbie and I have found a company that actually has supplements that if your dog is dealing with um any kind of immune issues, they could vary from um, regular ear infections to sinus infections to lung infections to any kinds of things. We can help boost those immune issues with what's called a it's always a tongue twister, versicolor
So, um, while we are, hold on, waiting here, uh, just want to let everybody know that this is um, one of several shows here in the network, and so if anybody is interested in being on either this show or one of the other shows that we have, to please contact us and we will get you um, on this show and whatever that you'd like. And you set up for that. And so yeah, we've met known Debbie for a while. We met through the Happy Neighborhood Project, and um, um, and so looks like we have David back. And David, do we have sound? Can I? Right. Oh, still can't hear you for some reason. So it's just me. Hold on. Uh,
versicolor mushroom, super, super, uh, very good for the not only the animal immune system because deer eat it naturally. It grows on trees. It's a hard mushroom. It's not a soft mushroom. It's not one you'd find popping up after a rainstorm. These grow over time, and um, so it's they're very, very, very full of nutrients, and they're very good for animals and very good for humans. So contact Debbie, and I'm hoping Scotty will be on soon because I want to hear her story. But this is me asking Scotty, do you have any events coming up, and where do we find those? But I think the most important thing that we can take away from anything is just to be more natural in what we do and what we eat. Less processed foods, less frozen foods, less potato chips, corn chips, all that stuff, and make sure that they're organically sourced, not necessarily 100% of the time, but naturally sourced, so that it's a product that your body's going to receive and process appropriately. And me having used to weigh 310 pounds, I can tell you right now that all of that made a 100-pound difference in my life. I'm down to 220. I was down to 214, but I put a few pounds back on because I changed jobs, and instead of having an active job, I'm working at a desk. But just a few changes in my diet is helping me as well. Um, Scotty, are you there yet? No, 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 Scotty yet. So, we'd like to talk about something coming up in the near future, which is something that may help you with stress and anxiety. And we call them CB gummies, but they're only for ages 4 and up, and they provide immune support as well as the Coriolis versicolor mushroom. So, on that note, the reason that we say it's for 4 and up is because they can be a choking hazard. You give a gummy bear to some, little baby, they might have a hard time chewing it and swallowing it. But these are non-THC supplements, and they're very good. They're a very brand new partner um, to the company. Again, you can find Debbie's contact information in the description below. I think Emily's going to put all that down there. Um, but I'm running out of stuff to talk about. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to promo Emily and her World of Disability podcast on YouTube. And I want to say thank you, Emily, for hosting us. You're a great engineer. You've helped Debbie and I so much in getting our word out there for pet health and people health products. We super support what you're doing. We appreciate what you're doing. We understand why. You're a real rock star. Why don't you tell people, Emily, where you can have other people help you out as well? Do you have any people that you associate with out there, Emily?
Here I am. What was your question, David?
No, I was just promoting your World of Disability podcast and wanted to thank you for everything that you've done for myself and for um, I always draw a blank. Uh, for just for pet health and for people health. For Debbie, this is her podcast to begin with, as far as the world of pets go. We just wanted to thank you. But how can people contact you?
Um, I am on social media. uh, LinkedIn and Facebook and so on. But if anybody wants to contact me there, uh, that'd be great. Otherwise, my first and last name, the digit 1 at gmail.com. So, yeah, and as I was saying before, if anybody is interested in being on either the show or one of the other shows, to let us know, and I can make that happen. And does that sort of answer your question, David?
Pretty much, yeah. And I just want to give Scotty, she was having technical difficulties trying to get on tonight. Scotty
Oh,
McGowan, she's with Rescue a Golden of Arizona. And we will definitely have her back on once we get through her technical issues another day. But you can find her at goldenpaws98 at gmail.com. And I'm sure you can reach out by phone if you Google Rescue a Golden of Arizona or Happy Trails and Tails. So, or Happy Tails and Trails, I'm sorry. So, I'm a little dyslexic when it comes to trails and tails and tails and trails. But you can find it that way. But yep, keep pushing forward, people. We're looking to find ways to overcome the toxic food, toxic fertilizers, toxic air, toxic water, etc., etc. I may have gone a step too far. Debbie might set me straight on that next time. But to all of you guys out there, support World of Ability, support Emily, and support Debbie Hayes. And we will be in touch on the next episode. You guys have a blessed night.